Namaste, Jai Bharat. Three Ukrainian citizens from Delhi airport. Three another Ukrainian settlements from Lucknow airport. And one US citizen from Dum Kolkata airport. These 3 plus 3 plus 1, 7 were arrested by none other than the National Investigating Agencies of Bharat, NIA. And of course, we've got intelligence that these gentlemen, they came in the Bharat too, not for espionage but for terrorism. That is, they have come here to facilitate the terrorist activities, jihadi terrorism, plus other terrorism in Bharat, within Bharat. And what is the speciality with this Ukrainians is that you can guess, you can imagine, they had been fighting a war with Russia, and they had been using drones mostly against Russia because the drones had become very convenient, to greatest extent effective, and also cheap. That's very important. You just can't compare a missile with drones as far as the cost is concerned, expense is concerned, and technologically less volatile. So these people are experts in drone, the Ukrainians. They have come to Bharat on tourist visas, and they have gone to Northeast. Now, Northeast, you cannot go. A foreign citizen, a citizen from abroad, is not allowed to go to Northeast on tourist visa just like that, because Northeast had been sensitive for quite a long time. And for each state, in order to enter, you need an inner line permit. And without that inner line permit, you are not allowed, you are not supposed to enter. I wonder that from Guwahati, they must have hired taxis to go to Mizoram. Why the taxi driver himself did not ask where is your inner line permit? Or on entering the border of the state, why the police posted there did not ask them about their inner line permit, and foreigners by their appearance is easily identifiable, and why nobody asked that what are you doing in Northeast? This is a common question which is normally asked to any foreigner traveling through Northeast. They will be mostly missionaries, but these days missionaries' intensity is also less. Previously, a lot of Europeans used to be in Northeast, associated with the church and the missionary activities of converting tribals into Christianity. The only thing that they know is that they believe that converting a person, that you're going to civilize them. The same thought which they have carried many hundreds of years ago, when they reached Africa, they have civilized the blacks. They have no hesitation in calling them as blacks. They have civilized the blacks by providing them Christianity. And some of the African leaders, they subsequently, much later, said that when they came, we had the land and they had the book in their hand, that is Bible. And when they have left, they had the land and we had the book. That's a story. Anyway, these people have gone, and then they have, of course, crossed the border illegally from Mizoram to from Mizoram to, or Manipur, Mizoram, that border to Myanmar. And there they have got in contact. They must have already had established contacts, and those people, they must have been waiting for these people. They have done several mistakes, very serious offences. One, they have smuggled drones into Bharat. Now, smuggling drone is very technical, in the sense, until you establish that these drones can be used for destructive purposes, war purposes, like then you don't normally object. therefore entertainments and etc. So in that pretext, they bring parts in many different packages, and then get them to one point and then assemble them into those destructive deadly drones, which is going to be as effective as bombers or even missiles. This they have done. Now the Ukrainians were trained in assembling and in their drone operatives, drone warfare. People sometimes call them as drone pilots. Let them. So Ukrainians were experts. And look at this American who is arrested from Calcutta. He is registered with the CIA for a long time. He had been going around. No, CIA is not going to recruit people, train them, and send them to different people like regular armed forces. CIA take people from all armed forces also, from anyone, once so long as they are useful. This may be not a long-term regular assignment, but contract-like thing, and then of course they remain in their list. This man was a adventure photographer who used to go to troubled areas and shoot and film, etc. Anyway, he is a social media person with so many followers in Instagram. I don't watch that in any case. And so many other activities he has with the camera. And he was working for CIA, obviously. So the Ukraine and US, they have this relation for quite some time, because they have a common enemy, that is Russia. Now to destroy Russia, they must have devised so many plans. They must have employed so many people, wasting of time and energy. I will add in between. Against some nation, you spend such amount of time, energy, and also very destructive way of spending your life, I would say. So they have. He has led the team, and he has an international something which is supposed to do a lot of human rights and things like that activities. This is a usual pretext. Lies and deceit is normal with these people. So these 7 were arrested, 6 Ukrainian plus 1. And just think, as an Indian, what's wrong with these people? They wanted to create problems here and believe that they will get benefited from this. They don't get benefited. They disturb us undoubtedly. They create disturbances in our society. They create differences between different faith systems in our society, make people with the different faiths fight one another, and they gain nothing out of it. They will spend time, energy, everything, money for a regime change. They have done that in Bangladesh. Now what happened? Now these people are they so foolish, spending so much of time, energy and money on somebody else's property, with the anticipation that they will all fall in line in front of them? No. This you will get them for some time, but then after that they will go their way. And in the meantime, you have destroyed their identity. This is one of the greatest sin. And I would call such sin as irredeemable. You have no Redeemer coming. You have no Messiah coming for such sins, and you cannot be salvaged. You will not get salvation from this kind of sins. And if you believe in your religion, not my religion, you will have to go to hell permanently, to suffer permanently for such nefarious activities of destroying people, their houses, their societies, and making them fight one another. And what have you gained in the long run? You will also have a same miserable death, suffocating in your own waste and dying at the end. That no one realizes. Now, of course, the NIA should know what to do, and they know what to do. They will take care of things. Why disturbing Bharat, and what have we gained all these years? Ruling us for 200 years, different agencies, and the Mughals for 800 years. What have anyone gained out of it? It's all temporary, and you stand to lose permanently. Unfortunate, these people feel infiltrating then from here going crossing the international border, going to another nation, getting in contact with those people who are not belonging to that land, who want to create problem in other places, and they will target India also, they will target somebody else also. They have these drones, facilitate them with drones, and this man in it with fancy would use it to anybody else, and then won't live a long life till ripe old age and die before that. What kind of people we are living with in the world is to be thought of. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Siya Ram.